In the courtyard of the Athenian Academy, Chrysippus sat on a stone chair, surrounded by his students. They eagerly awaited the philosopher's teaching. Today's discussion revolved around an ancient and profound question. Do we possess true freedom, or are we entirely bound by fate? A young student, Joris, could no longer contain his curiosity and asked, "Master, you always say that everything in the universe is determined by fate. Doesn't that mean we cannot change anything? If so, what is the purpose of our choices?" Chrysippus smiled faintly, pausing in thought before replying. "Joris, if you wish to understand the mysteries of cosmic determinism, follow me." He stood and led his students to a nearby weaving workshop. Inside, the warm glow of lamplight illuminated an elderly weaver, her hands skillfully interlacing vibrant threads into a beautiful fabric. Her fingers moved deftly across the loom, each thread tightly woven into the whole. Chrysippus gestured toward the loom and said to his students, "Look at this loom. Each thread represents an event in the universe. It could be today's rain, tomorrow's decision, or an unavoidable disaster. All these threads interweave, forming an inseparable tapestry." Joris frowned and asked, "Then, Master, are we merely these threads? Are we helplessly subject to the loom's workings, with no choices of our own?" Chrysippus shook his head gently and picked up a single thread. "Indeed, each of us is part of this cosmic fabric, and we cannot escape the loom's workings. But freedom does not mean escaping fate. It means understanding and harmonizing with its laws." Pointing to the loom's treadles and spindles, he added, "See, these tools symbolize external causes, the workings of nature, the actions of others, and the forces of fate. The weaver is like the rational law of the universe, operating according to these causes. But notice, each thread's texture and shape also influence how it fits into the pattern. This is like our inner reason, which determines how we respond to external necessity." He turned to the weaver and asked, "Tell me, when you weave, do you ever encounter a broken thread?" The weaver paused her work and nodded. "Of course. Sometimes threads tangle or resist. When that happens, I adjust their position or weave them into a new design, making them part of the whole once more." Chrysippus nodded approvingly and said to his students, "This is the essence of the universe. Fate is not a cruel chain, but a meticulous loom. When you stray, the cosmos guides you back. Every event may seem random, but it is, in truth, necessary within the grand pattern of causality." After a moment of reflection, Joris asked, "Master, how should we live within this loom?" Chrysippus smiled and replied, "First, accept that you are part of this fabric and cannot escape its structure. At the same time, use your reason to determine how to fulfill your role, just as a rolling cone's shape determines how it moves. Your inner reason determines how you respond to fate." He paused before continuing, "Remember, true freedom is not resisting fate, but walking with it. If you resist, you become a tangled thread, disrupting the pattern. If you follow nature's order, you harmonize with the other threads and contribute to a beautiful design." As night fell, the students followed Chrysippus back to the academy. Along the way, Joris glanced back at the workshop as if he had gained new insight. He said to Chrysippus, "Master, perhaps we cannot control the workings of the loom, but we can choose how to be a meaningful thread. Even if we are only part of the whole, our choices can still influence the beauty of the pattern." Chrysippus nodded approvingly. "Precisely, Joris. True freedom lies in understanding the necessity of fate and responding to it with reason. The cosmos is like this fabric. Every thread is essential, and your choices are your response to fate." The night breeze stirred gently as Chrysippus's figure disappeared beneath the starlit sky. His teachings, like the threads of the loom, were forever woven into the hearts of his students.